done with field work, so now we're getting bored, so we have to go get some new equipment to try out. Just got home here with a new to us mixer that we're gonna try demoing out here. So this mixer is actually a few sizes bigger than the one we have. And I know I don't talk a lot about mixing on the channel a lot, so if you guys got questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll answer all of them for you guys. So you guys can be informed on the kind of the aspect of besides fieldwork of stuff around here. So like I said, this one's a few sizes bigger, and the main difference really that you can see visually is that the conveyor comes out the other side on this mixer compared to our other one. So we gotta work with that, but for now we're just gonna demo it, and then we can kind of decide if we like it, then we can work on adjusting things how we want it. So I just got it back here, so we're gonna put it, we're not gonna keep it on this tractor, we're actually gonna put it on our 4440, so that way we got it on a tractor that's it's gonna be closer to being like, because our 4440 and the 4430 that it's gonna eventually end up on are pretty much the same and stuff. And also another thing is that the other difference is that to charge the scale, because you got a scale here, and that gets charged by a battery that's in here. So the way this is on a newer mixer is it gets charged by the flashers and stuff. So the 4430 that we have, that the other mixers on, does not have a flasher kit and all that fun stuff. So we'll have to figure that out. So the reason that we're getting the bigger mixer here is that, like I've said a few times in a couple of videos, that we're milking more cows now, and the reason we can do that is because the new robots we put in earlier this year are letting us milk a few more cows. So that way we're having to, right now what we're doing is we're milking 3 cow mixers and then 2 heifer mixers, which we used to only milk 2 milk cow mixers and just 1 heifer mixer. So this is gonna help us hopefully be able to cut back down to the 2 and 1 like before. So that's gonna hopefully save us some time. So that's what we're gonna try. That's why we're gonna demo this, see what it does, and maybe we'll buy it here. We'll try this out tomorrow morning, I'd assume. I don't think we're gonna worry about mixing extra stuff that we don't have to tonight. So I guess I'll show you guys what that looks like tomorrow morning. So it's the next morning out here, and the one thing I forgot to mention yesterday is the fact that, like I said, this mixer is bigger and wider and taller. So the only thing that we were really gonna struggle with is getting in some of our barns. Like our dry cow barn was built like in the 80s. It was never built for like trying to do this type of stuff. So that's the barn that's going to be the hardest getting this in here, because we have like a couple inches on both sides to clear. So we're not sure if we're going to try it, because if you're perfectly square going in, you could technically make it in there, but we might just end up running into buckets with the skid loader and just dumping it out that way maybe for the first couple days, so we don't have any issues. But just working on getting the first mixer started here, so maybe we'll show you as I run out the first load here in a couple minutes. I just got out the barn here so we can run out the first load. So the main thing that's going to be different for me that I got to get used to is how much I have to have the door open and stuff, so that way I have it evenly spread out. You want to have it somewhat evenly spread out along where you run the feed out, otherwise if you have a big pile in one spot, all the cows will group up and then the rest of the barn will be out of feed. So that's kind of one thing I got to really work on. So we got to see what we got to all do to keep how wide I have to have the door open so I can evenly spread it out. But I guess we'll get going here and see how all this goes for us. Doing for the dry cow barn, because that's the barn that this is going to fit in the hardest. Since before, when we had the old mixer, this is our old mixer here, you come in that end and go this way with the mixer down the dry cup barn, but obviously because the conveyor is on the wrong side, you have to come this way. And we have our sand get dumped on this corner of the barn when we need to put sand in and stuff, and there's still sand there. So you physically can't get that mixer in from that side, and instead of trying to deal with backing it in there, which would be extremely hard, and then backing your whole way through, which would be a real pain, we're just gonna start our old mixer here and run that through in the dry cup barn quick, since it's parked on the barn floor where we need to get anyways. Because we're gonna back that in here and run that out and just use that. So that has the heifer mixer in right now that's fixing. So we're gonna work on getting this pulled out so that way we can go do the dry cup mixer, and then we should be done here in a little while. Just because I kind of wanted to visually see how much bigger this thing is. Our new mixer dwarfs this, our old mixer. I didn't really realize how big. It's kind of hard, I guess, to see on camera too, how much bigger this is until you put it next to this. I knew that it was like double size wise, but like when you get them next to each other, it's just so much bigger. It's insane. The mixer back down to the barn floor, as they call it, because we're on the floor of a barn and it's underneath us. So we're just working on running this out here. So this is kind of what this looks like here. You have a auger that turns. I'm gonna actually hop up there and show you. The auger that turns and pushes out the door, and the conveyor runs it. Look for the top. Like I said, there's these two augers that spin, and when you're mixing it, they just throw the feet together, kind of. And then there's the doors like right here. And that door, you open that door up, and that's how it runs out like this here. So that's just kind of how this works.